Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I am excited actually to give you guys this little tutorial. I had a request from my man Tiancum, and I wanted to show you guys how to best make a... Shut up! Sorry, I got distracted. Give me your eggs. I wanted to show you guys not how to make chickens. No, I have a problem. Not how to, breed chickens, but how to make a farm. Okay. I get distracted so easy. This is my ADHD. Okay, so the way to make a farm is pretty simple. It's a basic set of skills that you're going to need to be able to survive in Minecraft, and it's because there's just so many things that you could do with a farm. It's crazy. So there's a basic way of doing it, and I'll just describe to you my method and the method that obviously you see here. So you need to understand how water works, and the way that water works is a little bit different than you might think. It's different. It's just interesting. There's a way to make an infinite water source, as you see here, where the water doesn't flow in any direction. It just sits there, and that's because each of these is a water block. And there's a difference between a water block and a water, the flow of water. So I'm going to show you over here. So you see how the water kind of flows out, and that there's like this is the original block right here. All the water flows out from the central source. So basically what you do to make an infinite water source is you put one down. That was weird. I didn't jump there. And then you put one down right there. And then instead of putting one right next to it, you move over even one more. So every other, fill that up. Okay, now watch this. So you have this block, which I put down, this block, which I put down, but watch what happens. So you see how that worked? So I got 5 buckets here, and I could just keep pulling water from this thing, which is pretty crazy, and it'll just make an infinite amount of water. So that's called an infinite water source. And the great thing about that, is if you... Oh, crap. So this is the problem with infinite water sources, that they're hard to get rid of. Okay, the great thing about that is that whenever you put down your, I don't even know what you call this, a trench? Yeah. Irrigation, I guess is what I would call it, is irrigation, because like in real life, that's what it is, right? So like you have an irrigation system. So whenever you put down this trench right here, you're going to fill it up with water. And so what I've done here is obviously I'm underground. I didn't just make this out of cobblestone, or out of stone. But if you, so I had to put down dirt. But basically what you do is you just take it. You just go. If you're above ground, you could just dig the trenches. If you're below ground, then you create. If you're below ground, then you're going to have to dig out this whole thing and put some dirt down here like I had to do, and it takes a lot of dirt. So you have one block here, another block of dirt here, a block of dirt here, a block of dirt here, and then you fill the middle with water. Now the way that I used to do this is I made the mistake, I didn't know at the time, but what I did before is I had a dirt block, and then I had water, then a dirt block and water, and a dirt block. Ends up that water could permeate, and I know that that's a big word, but like it could go through dirt blocks. So if there's a dirt block here, so for example, like, let's see, do I have dirt on me? I don't, but it'll permeate this block, and then it'll also go through this block, and it can actually go about 4 blocks away. So my brother does that, and he'll have this down, then he'll have 4 blocks of dirt this way, and like 4 blocks of dirt that way. And the problem is that whenever you get so many blocks out here, so like it just takes forever for the water to get over to about to this point through these dirt blocks. So So you have this block, and then this one will. Oh crap! Don't do that. Don't get my beat. Okay, so you have. And that'll actually be good. Yeah, so it'll just take forever to get here. So I don't generally do that. I usually only go 2, and that's about good enough for me. So the next thing that you need to do is you need to get a hoe. And I know that that's probably, you know, goes against moral code, but that's alright. You're in Minecraft, you're not in real life. You get a hoe, and you start doing fun things with it. So, for example, I have this diamond hoe here and a stone hoe. Of course, hoes are pretty easy to make. You just stick it in your, let's see, you just stick it in your crafting table. Let's see, hoe. And then you have, so that's how you make one. So anybody who wants to make one, that's how you do it. And you come over here to this little place that you have. Put your water in, and you've put your dirt in, and then let me undo my stuff here. Don't do this to yours. You're trying to intentionally ruin my. That one's not. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so this is a dirt block, right? So you've put your dirt blocks down. Okay, pretend I just put these 2 down, and now I want to plant things on top of it. Okay, so I'm going to take my beetroot seeds, which I have gotten from wherever, from probably a village, and I'm going to try to place them. Well, it's not going to work. The reason why it's not going to work is because you have an extra step that you need to do, which you need to make a hoe for, and you have to do that. I don't know what that's called. Tilling. Maybe it's tilling, and then voila, you can place your seeds. You just left click, place your seeds there. Okay, so that's great and all, right? Well, if you just put these down here like that, and that's all you do. You create these rows, these long, beautiful rows, and you place your seeds down, and you have the water there, and it's an infinite water source. It'll work out just fine for you. But here's some things that you could do additionally that'll help you. So, number 1, put torches around all of your stuff. What the freak? What? You gotta be kidding me. No, I don't like you right now. I don't like you ever. But especially right now. You can't just freaking come out of nowhere and just think you're gonna come out and like take over my little base. Yeah, you're funny. You're butt. You're butt. Oh, and then he walked on my stuff. Oh, and then I walked on my own stuff. Okay, so don't do that. Don't walk on your stuff. That's another thing that I need to put in this video is that don't. I mean, like, you could walk on it, just don't run on it, or jump on it, or let things get on it. Okay, so, where was I? I was killing things because freaking just pops out of nowhere. Hate that. It's from over there. It's where my spawner is. That usually doesn't happen. Okay, so, back to, there's a freaking arrow on my wall and junk. Okay, so, where was I at? Okay, yeah, so if you want to do things better, put lights, number 1, tip, let me get my bearings. Okay, so if you have this, and this is all you have, then whenever you, I mean, it'll be fine and dandy, it'll grow, and it'll work just fine, but to make it better, you put lights around it. And the reason why is because it doesn't matter that it's from the sun. It doesn't matter if your light source is from the sun. Light is light in Minecraft. Well, not in every case is light, but is light the same. But if you have, as far as plants go, what the heck? I'm so confused right now. Okay, hopefully, yeah. That's unnerving. I need to go understand what's going on over there. So if you have now I'm distracted. Hopefully it doesn't come back. If you have lights around it, it'll grow during the nighttime, which is amazing. Okay, and then place fences around it. Okay, so you see that, we'll use this because obviously this is going to be a theme here in this video, but if you have mobs, and you saw earlier how these skeletons were just tramping across my stuff, and then they ruined my crops. So, I mean, these crops are fine because whenever they stomp on them, they damage them. it'll pop out because these are in the final stage, right? But you see these over here, these aren't even close. So if your plants look like this and you have mobs like a skeleton trampling all over them, then they're just going to get hurt and it's not going to be good because the seeds will just pop out and you have to wait for it all over again. So so place fences around the stuff that you want to keep safe, or well, just your plants, right? So I thought I'm underground, I have it all lit up, I should be fine. But whenever you're outside in a village, or well, a village, or you usually should place fences around villages anyways, but if you're in a village or if you're making your own plant crops or whatever, you come and you place fences around all of this stuff. Now I'm gonna go kill this guy because I don't know where the heck they're coming from. They're probably coming from down here, I'm sure, but I don't feel like going and getting them right now. Okay, so that is my suggestion number 2. The last suggestion that I would make is to get a variety. Okay, there he is. No, he's good. Oh, shoot. Oh, I almost died. Ooh. Ooh. Get out, Drake. Oh. Yeah, place fences around your stuff. Oh, man. That hurts so bad. I don't know what's going on over there. Some skeletons just decided to spawn out of nowhere. Alright, let's... what's that? Whenever you make a house that's this big, I kind of forget where your stuff's at. Okay. So let's do some of that, because you can't do anything without armor anymore, I suppose. Okay. It'd be good to place it on me. And my sword. Okay. Here we go. Where is he? He's gone! Nope. That's right. That's right. Okay. Sorry about the distraction, the intervention. We're visited by our unfriendly friends. Okay, so, and I wonder. See, that's the puzzling thing. Is what is that? What is going on? What is going on with these skeletons? No, I've never had that happen before. Now I come to make a video, and of course, the unforeseeable is seen. Okay, I'm gonna go over here. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Escape. E. Alright. Let me fix this before I continue anything else. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but... I need that. No. No, I don't. Yeah, no more of that. No more. Okay. Okay. Where was I at? So I told you guys about these, about the torches, the fences. Oh, have a bunch of different kinds of plants. Okay, so that's where I'm gonna be. Okay, so you want pumpkins, and pumpkins are a little different because here's the plant right here. As you can see, there's still a trench right here, right? And here's the plants right there, but the actual pumpkin comes off to the side, and you see that it's a big row. And it's funny that sometimes it just never, well, never mind. But so it comes up in this row right here. So what you have to do is you have to place them 4 blocks apart, which is kind of odd. And I would suggest only using your hoe on this row. I've tried doing it right here, using a hoe on that row. I don't know if that works out super well. And so pumpkins are wonderful. I love using pumpkin pies. They're just they're so good. They're so easy to get. Well, I mean, finding pumpkins isn't easy to get, but I mean, they're once you have pumpkins grow super fast, and so it just creates tons of food for you. It's a great resource, and all of the things the parts are easy to get. So that's why I have chickens over there is for their eggs, pumpkins, and then I have sugarcane right here. And sugarcane is wonderful. Sugarcane you have to place next to. Note on pumpkins as well. They don't. The actual pumpkin part, it doesn't make sense, but the actual pumpkin part will not. It will not grow. It will not spawn. I don't know what you call that. Appear if it's on any sort of stone. It has to be on dirt. So you have to. That's why this is. At first, I had it so that it was just the dirt right here and the stone right there, and none of these pumpkins wouldn't grow. So you have to put dirt underneath. So it has to be like water, dirt, then whatever else you want. So that's another note to pumpkins. But if you are planting sugarcane, then you have to, it's just water, and then it could be sand, as any sort of, I'm not sure about gravel. I've never seen it on gravel, but sand or dirt for sure. And yeah, so it has to be next to water. It can't be next to, there's no permeate, like if you have, say for example, like you wanted to, like it doesn't work like normal plants do. So it doesn't require, you don't have to till it or anything, and it's like, so it's untilled, and it has to be, it can't be like, see these plants, they can be planted next to things that aren't water, as long as, you know, as long as it has water in it, it'll be fine. Like the blocks are permeated. But if you have, but with sugar cane, so for, I guess I could show you, even if I just put this block down right here, that pops out. So you have to have water right next to it, or else it's not going to do anything for you. So, oh, I can't even place it. Okay, so there's that. You get wheat by breaking down grass, like grass plants, not grass blocks, but grass plants. You have to hit down quite a few of them, but whenever you plant them again, it'll be wheat. And those work just like any other kind of plants that I've told you about. See, this is the reason why you keep monsters out of your thing. I put my seeds away. Potatoes are wonderful. Excellent, like they're just really good for trading with villagers. That's what I would do with them. I usually don't eat them, but they are also a good resource for eating. Beets you really don't want to eat unless you really have to. They don't really do much for you, but they're good for dyeing things, like making stained glass and just different kinds of materials, red anything. Then also carrots. Carrots work in the same way as potatoes and beets. Well, no, just potatoes. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, carrots are great for trading with villagers as well, and breeding horses. I guess you could breed pigs with these, with your potatoes. But yeah, so this is how I make a farm, basically. And the thing that I've been doing recently is, and it's been pretty nice, is having like a chest right next to each one of your different kinds of farms. So, you know, like you just saw, so I have one for potatoes and one for wheat. I should have more of this out of here. I'm going to keep that there. Okay, so yeah, so I have one for wheat, and I have one for pumpkins, and for what's that called? Sugarcane. So so that's what I've been doing recently, is just doing that, and that's been really useful. It frees up storage in my other chests, and it works out pretty well. The problem with it is though, is that if you have a bunch like rotating crops or whatever, so like at first I had what's it called, carrots in here, and then I put beets in so that I could put I can make that dyed, what's it called, stained glass. I could stain my glass, and so the problem with that is that now I have mixed chests, so that's kind of frustrating. But every time that I need something, I just come down here and grab it. Try to think of anything else that I could tell you guys about what to do for your your farm, I think that having a chicken coop right next to it is really nice, so that, you know, I could just pull these out. I could just, you know, go get some eggs and then come over here, open this up, grab some pumpkins, come over here, grab some sugar cane, and then come over here and just make a bunch of pumpkin pies. That's pretty nice. So I would suggest doing that. That's been really neat for me, and I don't really have to worry about food. And I think that's it. I think that's really all that there is to making farms. Just make it really big if you have the space. Whenever you start out, you're going to want to make it a lot smaller than this. Probably just start off with 2, but have a lot of space in the area. So whenever you're selecting a plot of land, just make sure it's a big, flat, open space, and that your farm has room to grow. Because if it doesn't, then you're just going to keep a small farm. And that's another thing maybe you might want to think about is how much fence you use. Always use a cobblestone, a stone fence. You don't know, if it gets struck by lightning, which has happened to me multiple times, I don't know why. I don't know why it would have happened multiple times, but it did. It burned down all my fence. So use stone fences just in case it gets struck by lightning. But yeah, so use stone fences. Make it small at first, and then expand. Make sure you have a lot of room so that your farm can grow if you're above. Mine underneath the ground also. My house is underneath the ground. Make sure that you have enough room to expand that way. I don't have anything beyond there besides that little stupid room that I use for other things, but just, you know, just a spare room, I guess. But if you make sure that you have room to expand it, because you're going to want to eventually get to this size. And I'm even thinking about expanding this so that I don't have to rotate my crops. Yeah, so I think that is possibly it. I'm not sure if I'm missing anything, if there's any sort of different like types of plants that I'm missing, if there's any types of plants that I don't normally make, I don't normally use, but I can't think of anything right now. So I guess if there are some more things, just leave a comment below, and yeah. So anyways, that's how you make farms. Happy farming. Hopefully you kill more skeletons than I was capable of killing. But yeah, and hopefully you don't appear out of nowhere. And I think that's it. So happy farming, and I will see you guys later.